Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world.
In US, Rahul Gandhi claims press freedom weakening in India, BJP reacts. FIR by wrestlers reveal traumatic experiences of sexual harassment by WFI chief Brijbhushan Charan Singh. BJP MP Pritam Munde supports wrestlers as sister Pankaja says BJP does not belong to her. Law Commission of India says Section 124A IPC should be retained, also suggests enhancement in punishment. Hi, this is Khushi Chauhan and you're watching Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world. Weighing in on issues concerning national politics during an interaction with journalists at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C., Congress leader Rahul Gandhi claimed that press freedom was under threat back home in India and the world could see the same. Opening up on the issue during a freewheeling conversation with scribes in the US Capitol, Mr. Gandhi said press freedom is very critical for a functional democracy and one should be open to criticism. He alleged that there was a clampdown on the institutional framework, which enabled the national discourse. There is definitely a weakening of press freedom in India. It is apparent in India and the rest of the world can see it too. Press freedom is very critical for a democracy. One should be open to criticism. There is a clampdown on the institutional framework that allowed India to talk and Indian people to negotiate. I view India as a negotiation between its people, between different cultures, languages and historics. Mahatma Gandhi set up the framework to enable that negotiation fairly and freely. That structure which allows the negotiation is coming under pressure, he said. He alleged further that was a definite capture of institutions and press back home. While Wrestling Federation of India chief and BJP MP Brijbhushan Charan Singh remains defiant, the wrestlers in the police FIR have shared their ordeal of years of sexual harassment and how some were treated indifferently for not supporting him. The two FIRs were filed at Connaught Place police station by the Delhi police after the intervention of the Supreme Court on April 28. Mr. Singh has been booked under IPC sections 354, 354A, 354D and 34. He has also been booked under the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act. Along with him, WFI Secretary Vinod Tomar has also been named in the police FIR. For the minor girl who has played at various championships and is currently 17 years old, her father filed the police complaint. The girl had been wrestling since 2016. Her father said when she won a gold medal at a championship that took place in India, the accused, on pretext of taking a photo, had forcefully pulled the girl towards him and held her so tightly that she couldn't move or free herself from his grip. According to her father, Mr. Singh told the victim to stay in touch with him. If you support me, I will support you. Stay in touch with me, Mr. Singh told the victim. To which she responded, "Sir, I have come this far on my own and I'll work hard to go ahead." However, Mr. Singh then allegedly warned her that Asian Championship trials were to take place soon and since she wasn't cooperating with him, she'll have to bear the repercussions in the trials. After Haryana BJP MP Brijendra Singh, Maharashtra's BJP leader Pritam Munde has now extended her support to the wrestlers protesting for over a month, demanding action against WFI chief Brijbhushan Charan Singh. This comes as the official stand of the BJP has been to vouch for the ongoing investigation into the case. Pritam Munde said when a woman makes a complaint as serious as this, it should be considered true without a doubt. It could be any government or any party. I believe that if a movement of this level is going unnoticed, it isn't fair. It should not go unnoticed. Necessary attention should be paid to it. Pritam Munde said, "Even though I am a part of this government, one has to accept that the way we should have communicated with the wrestlers has not happened." Pritam Munde added. Before Pritam Munde, Haryana BJP MP Brijendra Singh called the protest absolutely heartbreaking as the wrestlers went to immerse their medals in Haridwar's Ganga on Tuesday and were stopped by the Farmers Union leader Naresh Tikar. "I feel the pain and helplessness of our wrestlers, forcing them to the brink of throwing away their lifetime of hard work. The medals from Olympics, CWGS, Asian Games and the Holy Ganga. Absolutely heartbreaking," Brijendra Singh tweeted. The 22nd Law Commission of India, headed by former Chief Justice of Karnataka High Court Rituraj Awasthi, has recommended that Section 124A of the Indian Penal Code, which criminalizes sedition, should be retained in the statute book of certain changes. A three-judge bench of the Supreme Court, headed by the then Chief Justice of India, N.V. Ramana, had on May 11, 2022, put the provision in abeyance instead of deciding on its validity. This was after the central government told the court that it will re-examine and reconsider whether Section 124A needs to be retained in the Indian Penal Code, though certain amendments as suggested may be introduced in it by incorporating the ratio decidendi of Kedarnath Singh V, State of Bihar, so as to bring about greater clarity regarding the usage of the provision. Importantly, the Commission further recommended that the scheme of the punishment provided under the section be amended. Currently, it provides for life imprisonment or imprisonment up to 3 years. The Commission has suggested that the jail term of 3 years be enhanced to 7 years. The 42nd report of the Law Commission termed the punishment for Section 124A to be very odd. It could be either imprisonment for life or imprisonment up to 3 years only, but nothing in between, with the minimum punishment being only fine. A comparison of the sentences as provided for the offences in Chapter 6 of the IPC suggests that there is a glaring disparity in the punishment prescribed for Section 124A. It is therefore suggested that the provision be revised to bring in it consonance with the scheme of punishment provided for other offences under Chapter 6. This would allow the courts greater room to award punishment for a case of sedition in accordance with the scale and gravity of the act committed, the report said. With Pakistan reluctant to satisfy the IMF conditionalities and staring at a sovereign default if financing program expires in June, the Shehbaz Sharif government is between a rock and a hard place as the Islamic nation has recorded its highest inflation numbers since records were kept in 1957. Today, Pakistan has left Sri Lanka behind and has recorded the highest inflationary pressure in Asia at 38% in May 2023. Inflation in Sri Lanka has come down to 25.2% after Pakistan overtook Colombo in April 2023. While Pakistan has always boxed way above its weight category, first due to support from the US in the past century and now China, and tried to compare itself with India, the inflation rate under the Narendra Modi government stands at 4.7%, lowest since October 2021, and the food inflation is just 3.8%. The food inflation in Pakistan is 48.7% in May, up from 48.1% in April. The Pakistan government's negotiations with the IMF have got further skewed after IMF mission chief Nathan Porter went on record stating that he hoped that the current political crisis in Pakistan was resolved in line with the constitution and the rule of law. Now it's time for a short break. We'll be back soon.
Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world.
The political situation was all right.
हर कीमत पर भारत की एकता अखंडता की रक्षा की जाएगी.
Who? What? When? Why? Your curiosity is our priority. Who trumped the political tussle? Who showed their power muscle?
अच्छा नहीं लगा, मैंने उसको रद्द कर दिया.
Scaling new peaks in science and tech.
Third stage separated.
Are they keeping the global warming in check? From foreign policies to international disputes, we keep an eye on India's rise to superpower. We bring you news as is. No opinions, no agenda, no masala. Keep calm and access top stories right in your palm. We bring you news that you can
ये
use.
हालात को देखते हुए देश में ये लॉकडाउन 21 दिन का होगा.
Cruising through the alleys, towns and metros. Every moment of importance, from geopolitical moves to hyper-local news. We bring you what's happening in India. New outlook, new thoughts, news with the views. Pacific One News, the news web leader. Your exposure to the world.
So we are back after a break. Now moving ahead. Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh Chief Mohan Bhagwant claimed the Muslim community in India is safe and called for a shift from foreign connections. Speaking at an event organized by the group widely seen as the ideological mentor of the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, he said, though we all look different and follow different faiths, we all belong to the motherland Bharat. The RSS chief was quoted saying the country is divided due to the perception that we look different and that is why we feel the need for different countries. This thought process led to the partition of our country. Their methods of worship may be different, but they all have the same roots, he added. Bhagwan said, historically, Islam had been spread from Spain to Mongolia, but the native inhabitants of each region had eventually defeated the invaders. He declared this meant those who had spread the new religion were no longer present and those who remained now belonged to this land. Where else is Islam safer than in India? Bhagwat also declared people living in India have Hindu roots since their forefathers were Hindus and that living in India makes everyone Hindu even if they follow different faiths, referring to colonialism. Bhagwat said divisions and injustices due to caste existed at that created an advantage for invaders. We should take steps to rectify all those mistakes. Former Pakistan Minister Imran Khan has recently decided to file a defamation case against the country's anti-corruption body, National Accountability Bureau, for showing the world that he was arrested on corruption charges. He further said that his arrest last month was illegal and malified, which adversely affected his reputation. I have decided to file a 15 billion rupees defamation suit against chairman of NAB. I have served legal notice upon him. Ulterior motive was to defame me by arresting me from premises of Islamabad High Court and show the world that I was arrested on corruption charges, he said in a tweet. The Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf chief was arrested by the country's paramilitary personnel from the Islamabad High Court complex. And according to Pakistan's Interior Minister Rana Sonola, the arrest was made in connection with what is known as Al-Qadi Trust case along with other corruption cases where he was allegedly involved. The Al-Qadi Trust case is associated with Khan and his wife's alleged involvement in obtaining billions of rupees from a real estate firm for legalizing a laundered amount of 50 billion rupees that was identified and returned to Pakistan by the UK during the term of the PTI government. Khan claimed that he collected 10 billion rupees in charity annually and that his credibility has never been questioned. He alleged that his arrest was made to subject him to ridicule and said that the paramilitary force used brute force to execute his arrest. Actor Rana Daggubati, who was last seen in the Netflix series Rana Naidu, attended an event recently where he spoke about how excited the entire Telugu film fraternity is so far Prabhas Project K, which is being directed by Nag Ashwin. He said that the film will break new boundaries. Project K, a science fiction thriller being made on a massive budget, marks the maiden collaboration between Prabhas and Nag Ashwin. Most popular for helming Mahanati, the film also stars Amitabh Bachchan and Deepika Padukone in key roles. Project K, which will feature Deepika Padukone and Prabhas together for the first time, will be released this year. Rana attended an event recently at a session titled The Rise of the Pan-India Star, How to Break Boundaries of Language and Geography. Rana spoke about Project K becoming a global Telugu film and how he feels it could break boundaries that even as Rajamouli's Bahubali films and RRR couldn't. We celebrate each other's cinema fully, like there is another film called Project K, which Nag Ashwin is directing with Prabhas, Amitabh Bachchan and Deepika Padukone. Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra on Friday questioned PM Modi on the government's inaction on Wrestling Federation of India chief Brijbhushan Sharan Singh, accused of sexually harassing women wrestlers. The Congress leader shared a report detailing the charges mentioned in the FIRs against Brijbhushan and wrote, Narendra Modi ji, read these serious charges and tell the country why there has been no action against the accused. At least 2 instances of demanding sexual favors in lieu of professional assistance. At least 15 incidents of sexual harassment that include 10 episodes of inappropriate touching, molestation that includes running hands over breast, several instances of intimidation including stalking and a shared sense of fear and trauma. These form the key allegations in 2 FIRs filed with the Delhi police on April 28 against WFI chief and BJP MP Brij Bhushan Singh. Citing the same report, Shiv Sena MP Priyanka Chaturvedi asked why Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh is being protected by the government and the BJP. Nation's Prime Minister continues to protect this man. Nation's Women and Child Welfare Minister stays silent for this man. Nation's Sport Minister turns a blind eye for this man. Delhi police continues to delay taking action against this man. Why is this man being protected by the government, BJP? Why? Answers. Priyanka Chaturvedi tweeted. Nearly a month since ethnic clashes broke out in Manipur on May 3, leaving at least 75 people dead, closure eludes dozens of families as several bodies remain unclaimed in hospital mortuaries. From families who presume their kin are dead but have been unable to travel to hospitals across the strife-torn state, and confirm to others who are waiting for instructions from the leaders before they can claim the bodies of their loved ones. According to a report earlier, all 19 bodies brought in by security personnel since the start of the clashes remain unclaimed at the mortuary of the Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences in Imphal East and an unspecified number at the Regional Institute of Medical Sciences in Imphal West. At the district hospital in Churachandpur, among the worst hit district, all 24 bodies brought to the mortuary lie unclaimed. Now it's time for a short break. We'll be back soon.
Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world.
The political situation was all right.
हर कीमत पर भारत की एकता अखंडता की रक्षा की जाएगी.
Who? What? When? Why? Your curiosity is our priority. Who trumped the political tussle? Who showed their power muscle?
अच्छा नहीं लगा, मैंने उसको रद्द कर दिया.
Scaling new peaks in science and tech.
Third stage separated.
Are they keeping the global warming in check? From foreign policies to international disputes, we keep an eye on India's rise to superpower. We bring you news as is. No opinions, no agenda, no masala. Keep calm and access top stories right in your palm. We bring you news that you can
ये
use.
हालात को देखते हुए देश में ये लॉकडाउन 21 दिन का होगा.
Cruising through the alleys, towns and metros. Every moment of importance, from geopolitical moves to hyper-local news. We bring you what's happening in India. New outlook, new thoughts, news with the views. Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world.
So we are back again. Now moving ahead. Actor and Bharatiya Janata Party leader Manoj Tiwari slammed veteran actor Naseeruddin Shah for his criticism of the Kerala story. Naseeruddin had reacted to the film's box office success and called it a dangerous trend. In a new interview, Manoj Tiwari said that Naseeruddin Shah may be a good actor, but his intent is not right. Written and directed by Sudipto Sen, the Kerala story stars Adarsh Sharma, Yogita Bihani, Siddhi Idnani and Sonia Balani in lead roles. The film was released on May 5. It is produced by Vipul Shah and has become one of the highest grossing films of the year. In an interview, actor turned politician Manoj Tiwari said that films such as the Kerala story are based on facts. He said if Naseeruddin Shah has a problem with it, he can go to court. Manoj Tiwari said in Hindi, he's a good actor but his intent is not right. I say this with a heavy heart. When films were made that showed a guy sitting at a shop and passing remarks about a woman, Nasir Sahab had nothing to say. It is very easy to talk. The way he has identified himself, it is not good as an Indian and as a human being. In an earlier interview, Naseeruddin Shah has said, worthwhile films like Bheed, Avva, Faraz, all three collapsed. Nobody went to see them, but people are flocking to see the Kerala story, which I have not seen and I don't intend to see it as I have read enough about it, he has added. On one hand, it is a dangerous trend, no doubt. We seem to be heading the way of Nazi Germany, where in Hitler's time, the filmmakers were attempted to be co-opted by the supreme leader to make films praising him and what he has done for the countrymen and running down the Jewish community. India and Nepal on Thursday unveiled initiatives to ramp up cooperation in energy, including increasing import of hydropower and allowing power exports to Bangladesh. As Prime Minister Narendra Modi assured his Nepalese counterpart Pushpa Kamal Dahal of resolving a boundary dispute in the spirit of friendship. We will keep working to take our relationship to the height of the Himalayas, and in this spirit, we will solve all issues, be they boundary related or any other issue, Modi told a joint media interaction. Speaking in Hindi, Dahal, also known as Parchanda, added, Prime Minister Modi ji and I discussed the boundary matter. I urged Prime Minister Modi ji to resolve the boundary matter through the established bilateral diplomatic mechanism. Following a meeting of the leaders, the two countries launched several projects to improve rail connectivity for both passenger travel and trade, inaugurated a new integrated check post to boost cross-border trade, and unveiled plans to extend South Asia's first cross-border petroleum pipeline and to build a second such pipeline. The two sides also signed 7 agreements, including the revised Treaty of Transit that will, for the first time, give Nepal access to India's inland waterways, and a memorandum of understanding between the National Payments Corporation of India and the Nepal Clearing House Limited for faster cross-border payments that will benefit businesses, students and tourists. Controversial Bishop of the Roman Catholic Church, Jalandhar Diocese, Franco Mulakkal, who was temporarily relieved of his pastoral responsibilities by Pope Francis in 2018, following allegations of rape by a nun, has resigned from the Jalandhar bishop's post. Mulakkal was appointed Bishop of the Diocese of Jalandhar in 2013. Confirming the development, Apostolic Administrator of Jalandhar Diocese Bishop Angelo said Mulakkal has officially resigned and Pope Francis has accepted his resignation. Mulakkal was already relieved from his responsibilities, but now the new Bishop of Jalandhar Diocese will be named. Till the appointment of the new bishop, I will be the administrator looking after the whole operations, he said. The resignation of Mulakkal, who was acquitted by a local court in Kerala last year in the rape case, was requested by the Vatican not as a disciplinary measure imposed upon him, but for the good of the Jalandhar Diocese, which needs a new bishop. His resignation will pave the way for the appointment of the new bishop to the diocese. Long jumper Murali Srishankar has warmed up for bigger battles in a packed season at the MVA High Performance Meet. In Chula Vista, he jumped 8.29 meter and then won the international jumping meeting in Greece with a season's best of 8.18 meter. The CWG silver medalist is now gearing up for his first Diamond League meet this year in Paris on June 9. He will then return to India for the interstate athletics, starting June 15, which is also the final selection trials for the Asian Games. The competitive phase of the season has just started. I didn't want to push too hard in the first 2 events. In the couple of competitions, I will be able to get into the rhythm better and go for big jumps, said Sri Shankar, who has been training in the US from April 12. This will be his second appearance in a Diamond League meet. He completed in Monaco last year and finished 6th with a jump of 7.94 meter. Sri Shankar, who came into the season after completing his rehab for a hamstring strain at the Inspire Institute of Sport, Bellary, said he will gradually look to peak for the major events. Kamal Hassan has shared a sweet birthday note for filmmaker Mani Ratnam. Kamal lent his voice to Mani Ratnam's Punniyin Selvan 2, which has Vikram, Aishwarya Rai, Trisha, Karthi, Shobhita Dhulipala in the lead roles. Kamal has written that Mani is inspiring the generation of filmmakers who will take his legacy forward. Sharing a happy picture of them together, Kamal wrote, "If one were to count life by the happiness that they create around them and if age is calculated by the friends around you, my dear Mani Ratnam, you are going to be a much older man today, a doyen of Indian cinema who has touched the hearts of millions through his art and one who transformed dialogues into a lovely visual experience," he further added. "You have constantly pushed the boundaries of cinema and mindful of the scale of challenge by constantly learning. Today you are a master inspiring the generation of filmmakers through whom your legacy shall reverberate perpetually. From Nai Khan to KH234, our journey together has been personally rewarding and enriching for me. Many more happy returns of the day and more to come, my friend. Happy birthday, Maniratnam. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more updates.
Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world.